Welcome to the Mr. and Mrs. Show, starring
The Mrs.
and Mr.
And that's right, welcome to the Mr. and Mrs. Show. So, this day's show, we're going to start with a topic. Well, first let me introduce Mr. and Mrs. and welcome Periscopians out there. Is that what... I don't like Periscopians, but...
Why?
I just don't like because you came up with it.
I know, you don't, I come up with most everything we do.
Let me introduce the Mrs.,
Hello.
the better half of the Mr. and Mrs., and the Mr.
I have to agree with that. I mean, she at least looks better than I do.
So let's start with a segment today called Dinner Time, and I'm going to hit it over to the Mr. over there.
Dinner time with the husband, with the Mr. Listen, we all, what I'm getting ready to talk about, we all understand, we all do it. For week after week, usually it's a funny story between me and my wife. We will have a text. What are we doing for dinner? What's for dinner? What's for dinner? What's for dinner? And we'll go back and forth. One week, I had got a text back that said, bacon cheeseburger and fries, ? So I text her back, sure, okay, that sounds good. And then 30 minutes later, were you picking it up? No, I thought you were picking it up.
That is not how that set of texts
Is that not how it went?
No.
Okay. I want you to explain to the...
I want
how
your
it went.
input on this.
Because Steven's here when it happens.
Whoa, hey, I am not being put in the middle.
Are you really going back and look at the text?
No.
You're actually
Why
pulling
do
the
you
text
keep
up, aren't you?
trying to pull him into this?
No, I'm not. You trying to put the text.
So I am trying to pull up that set of texts. So as I recall it, I had asked if we wanted to pick up dinner, and you said yes. And so, and I had mentioned someplace, and you said yes. And I asked bacon cheeseburger with fries ? Because I was trying to decide if that's what you wanted for dinner.
Right.
Now, granted, I did not follow that up saying that I was picking up, but, so I get that you weren't quite sure. But if you're going to tell the story, tell the whole story.
Well, I'm trying to. That's the reason I'm letting you tell the whole story.
Not to mean to stop you there, but that's actually a good question for the Periscopians out there. If there's any, miscommunication texts, because I know we've all been there. So especially with your better half, if you've ever had a text message or just some kind of miscommunication that you would like to share, let us know on Periscope, or you can also let us know at Mr. and Mrs. Show on Twitter and Facebook.
So
You
I've
put
got
a text, huh?
the set of texts.
All right, go ahead.
I love
She would do this.
I love Google. It stores everything.
Yeah.
So this was from a month and a half ago. Text from me. Do we still want me to bring dinner home? Text from you. Sure. I'm good with that. Text from me. Bacon cheeseburger with mac and cheese on side. And then you did not respond to that.
Actually, I did. You didn't get my text.
You called.
Right. And I told you it sounded good.
Yes, but now, Stephen, does the initial text indicate the person who is bringing home the dinner?
Yes.
You see, but I didn't get the original text. You remember that? That's what it was.
Really?
I'm looking at Periscope. You can't take my phone off of there right now. But yes, you may have. But you remember we talked about this later that night. Either I missed it or I didn't get the text. One of the two. Anyway, you took the fun out of the story. The story.
It was not the funny. There's no
the
fun
funny
in the
part.
story.
No, actually, the fun is it's funny for communication of dinner. Is like what you want for dinner? What you want? What you want? I'm just saying, there's a lot of that in relationships a lot of times because the other person wants what the other person wants. And, we, as a husband, usually want to do what your wife wants, usually,
especially just in communication in general, with especially, I always at dinner time with me, no one knows what they want, I feel. Like, everyone's like, oh, whatever you want. Well, I don't know what I want. What do you want? It always ends that way. But it's very confusing. Dinner time is a very confusing part, in my opinion, especially when you're having to pick up for someone else. You know, because I don't want to get the order wrong. You know?
I know.
I'm one of those people that, like, oh, no, they didn't say ranch. They didn't say this. I don't know to get it or not.
Which is why I asked.
Right. No.
But he does have the original text.
Yes, it says bacon cheeseburger.
No, it's...
It doesn't matter. The point of it is... The point is that the communicate. You see, this is going around circle now. I'm just saying the miscommunication with ordering food, as simple as food within a family, with a husband and wife, especially ones that work and not, especially a couple of days a week, they're not always at home at the same time. So the miscommunication can be funny between the husband and wife.
It can be.
And we will be here, because I'm usually with Stephen on Thursdays, and I'll say, hey, look at this. Does that make sense to you?
Look, Stephen is really not happy about
No,
being
I know. He's not in the middle. But anyway, that's all I'm saying. It's funny, but the miscommunication sometimes between a husband and wife.
Now,
As simple as food
okay.
is the point.
Yes.
What? Go ahead.
Now, speaking of miscommunication, this is a perfect segue here. Now, sometimes with miscommunication, it gives the other one to make that look, as we like to say, and the look is when you've done something wrong, correct? I'm going to have the mister explain this right here, but what is the look?
The look is that thing that you remember when the which mountain erupted? God, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. It's when you see a mountain getting ready to erupt, you want to run the other way as quick as possible. You want to get away.
That's not a really good explanation, though. I don't I don't go to many mountains that erupt.
I don't either, but I'm saying, okay, fine. Something you want to run away from. When you see something hit, you want to run the other way as quick as possible. It's the same thing.
Okay.
All right. Or you want to try to fix it. In my case, usually you try to fix it is the wrong answer.
Okay.
You should run the other way. It's better.
No.
So the look usually, though, is when the wife is annoyed or not annoyed, but bothered with something that the mister has done or somebody else has done.
Well, speaking of that, I want to know what makes you give him the look? Like, what is...
I think you just heard why I give him the look.
I've got a list. You want to read them to you?
You have a list of when I give the look?
Or what makes me give you the look?
I wish our Periscope fans.
Periscope.
I like that
I'm going to
Periscope.
try out a couple of different phrases here. Periscope fans.
Periscope
goodness
fans.
gracious. All right.
Could see that I'm giving you the look. So,
No, yeah.
but please, by all means, tell me when I give the look.
No, it's from when I say it, so it's my fault. I'll be there in a minute. Hey, never say you'll be there in a minute to your wife.
Unless you
that's
mean
a minute.
Unless you mean a minute. You don't mean a minute. You mean 10 minutes.
That's
You don't mean
double
a
minutes.
minute.
All right.
A equals
That's
1.
10 times 1.
I guess I can't. Yeah, I mean, I say a second. I always say, give me a second. And I know that really makes people
You're
mad.
not married.
Yeah, but people get mad at me when I say, give me a second.
But
Yes,
do you?
but you're a millennial, so I
So-
can forgive that.
But when you
So-
when you say a minute, okay, it's a figure of speech to me.
Yeah.
Where it's
Well,
like
then
I'll
say,
be over
give
in a
me
little bit.
10 minutes.
Well, I'm not sure. It might take me 5. It might take me 20. But I say a minute because it's
Okay.
very few
Give me
minutes.
approximately.
So
Right.
if you know it annoys me, why not make the slight adaptation to say, babe, I think it's going to be 5 minutes.
Because usually I'm busy and, I know what you're saying, but these are reasons that give you the look.
Okay.
Pause on TV.
Oh.
She can't stand that. We will watch.
Hold on.
What? Go ahead. What?
What do you mean pause on, like, you're...
I'll tell you. I'll explain it. All right, we'll watch a show.
I think
and
I should explain it.
Really, I don't know. It makes you.
So we're
Go ahead.
sitting there. Our son might come in and ask a quick question. I might ask a question, and all of a sudden, the TV's on pause. For no reason. Absolutely no reason.
That's not
It could
true.
be a commercial, and he'll still pause it, and then he'll put the remote down and look. Or he'll decide he's
That
got
should
a
be my
question
look
he wants
then.
to ask, and he puts the TV on pause. And I'm like, why is it, I'm taking it away. Why is the TV on pause?
You see, to me, okay, if I'm watching a program with one of them and somebody comes in and starts talking, I pause it so they can actually have undivided attention to that person. Because if I'm watching a show that I want to watch, it bothers, it interrupts my TV pleasure with my wife when, you know, I don't want you to miss nothing. Because here's what happens. We'll watch something and she'll be like, what happened? She'll be on a computer or something. And then all of a sudden, what happened? Did they just die? What did they just say? What? Do what? So, you know, I'll rewind it so she can go back to see what they say. So then that's the reason I pause it, because it cuts the middleman out. I just pause it until they get done. Then we can go back and watch the whole program. And you don't miss anything. What? I was just trying to explain the look to you, but you
All
know,
right,
you
what's
already
next?
that's funny. Let's lead to whatever. Don't ever say whatever to your missus. All right, that will make them give you a look quicker than anything. Maybe pausing TV faster, but still, saying whatever is not a good solution. I think you agree with that one. Last but not least, calm down. Never tell your wife, your girlfriend, to calm down.
Or
That-
relax.
Or relax.
Or chill out.
You run out of things to say because I don't, you know, so you got to figure out what that word is and stick with it. But it is not calm down or relax.
That's why I just try to say a joke or something just to change the mood.
So, or just nothing at all works really, really well.
All
Yeah,
right.
but I can't say nothing at all. I mean, you know, I got to say something.
Yeah, have you met him?
I hate to see my other half be angry, depressed, whatever. I hate to do it. So
you hate to see the missus angry or depressed, so you think by pushing every button.
I have
Now granted, I'm not depressed.
No.
I'm not happy either.
I've even tried to hit myself in the head with something to make her laugh like a 2-year-old. You know, no, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
I was like,
But
when was
no.
that? I must have been sleeping.
That's a different episode. I must have been sleeping. That's next week. But yes, those are some of the reasons that
Alright.
she gets the look.
Now, what have you ever gotten the look from the mister?
Yes.
Okay,
ahead.
so how like, explain, you know, what makes him give the look?
It usually has something to do with our son or with me choosing to make plans on our behalf without
Especially with turkey rug guys, right?
without consideration to whatever the mister may prefer to be doing at the time.
We're gonna get to that story in a minute, but we are that's too good to like leave alone. But what I'm getting at though is it. Well, I get the one with the plans and everything because I feel like you're like that with anybody. Like, you know, if I make plans somewhere, like we're gonna go to a show or something. If I make the plans, no, he's got to make the plans. I don't know. I mean, I maybe I'm just not one of those guys that really cares about making the plans. I like to be a planner, but I'm
The
not.
mister cares.
Yeah, I know.
We both are type A personality, like where we like to make the plans, we like to do it. She does it for a different
A+,
reason.
A-.
That's not true. She does it listen, she gets great deals on things and other things, so she usually makes the plans. I like doing it just, and I don't look as hard as you because I go straight to point A, get it, and leave. But I agree with you. But yeah, you're right.
All right. Well, the last thing we're going to get into here is...
we ain't going to do what not to say?
What not to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do the what not to say. What not to say, because we did it with the misses. So what is what not to say to the mister? To give the look.
There's a... So, and I think these are for any mister, not just mine. So you never want to say that you need a smaller anything. Not smaller TV, not smaller car, not smaller speakers, not smaller phone. Don't say nothing smaller. Asking if last year's model is okay. Cars,
No.
boats, RVs, lawnmower. Doesn't matter. They don't want last year's model.
No, that's true. Absolutely. You don't want last year's model.
I guess you're right on that.
I think if last year's model is $10,000 cheaper, last year's model works for me. How's my little man doing today?
Don't ever say that. You really want to make somebody angry to
That's
your
worse.
other half, to your man. Never say, how's the little man doing today? Because that is horrible.
That's worse than saying, that's cute. Like, that's worse than that to me. Because, like, I've had people say that.
Let's ask for directions.
Nah, I don't like that either.
Do you know where you're going?
Okay, I mean, I get it. But, like, what is the point with the directions? I still don't get it till this day.
I'm a man. I can figure it out.
But if you've never been to the place, how are you going to figure it out?
Easy. There's something called Google Maps. There's something called nav system
Which
in
is
your car.
basically asking a piece of computer equipment to give you directions, but not another human being.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's the same way when you go in a store. I see a sign that says where stuff's at. I don't need to go ask somebody where it's at because it's where I go.
Wow. Okay. This is a very touchy topic, apparently.
No, it's not. You had earlier what gave you the look. I was talking to you.
Give me the remote. Now, here's a secret. Get yourself a Harmony, and then you can use your phone, and you don't have to depend on the remote.
That's because when I do not have the remote in my hands, we'll stop before the show starts and watch some bad commercial, which I'm like, can we fast forward through that commercial? I don't want to watch the commercials. There's a reason I got the remote in my hand.
The mister feels a huge sense of loss when the remote is not in his hand.
It is. It's almost like my best friend's not there.
And then my favorite is you can DVR the Super Bowl, right?
Oh.
What? Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's just like WrestleMania. You put that on that list, too.
Oh.
You can DVR those.
That hurt a little bit inside there. Oh.
Those are horrible.
I'm not really even I don't really watch. I mean, I watch the Super Bowl, but not religiously. But, like.
Well, I've got
Well, you don't want to say these things to your mister for the obvious reasons that you two just demonstrated right now.
I have a couple more for the missus. Never ask her weight. Never ask a woman's weight. All right? Never do that. Please don't. I hate going shopping.
I think that would be okay, though.
No, it's not. No. Listen, if the wife asks you, do you want to go, even if you don't want to go, say yes and go. And put a smile on your face. It doesn't matter. You go.
All right.
Which is great to spend time with your wife, but still. You are wrong. Never say you are wrong. Never go to a bar and say, I will be home after one beer. Because if you're not home after one beer, it is trouble.
That's why we don't hang out.
Please don't make that again. No, I don't want to take you to the doctor.
Well, I've never said that last
I would never
one.
say no
What was
either.
that last one?
No, I don't want to take you to the doctor.
I don't like.
Was that a list written by bad husbands?
It must have been. Just want to research. Anyway,
All right.
that's your do's and don'ts. Of
Okay.
that.
Well, we got about 5 minutes left on the show.
So we got time for funeral,
Well,
family.
you want to do that or grand gestures?
I think we can get both.
In 5
Because
minutes.
I don't have anything about family funerals or anything. Do you
Okay.
want
I've
to
got
talk
at
about
least
that?
an hour's worth of material.
I know we got another show for that.
Let's
Save
save
some of
that
it for
one.
next show.
Let's save that one for the next show. Let's do grand
All right, go ahead.
gestures real quick because grand gestures will take literally like 2 minutes, I think.
I thought we were going to talk about the Turkish rug guy.
Oh yeah.
All right.
You know
okay.
what? Let's end the show on Turkish rug guys.
This show, yeah.
Since we were talking about that anyways, so I'll have the mister explain it this time because it was
Okay, so do you want to explain how many years ago was this that we went on
2
this cruise?
years.
2 years ago. So we go on a cruise 2 years ago to a rug factory. I mean, we went on cruise. Hold on.
I'm like,
For
we
a whole
cruised
different
to a
story.
Rug factory. Okay.
Hold on, let me get done. We went on a cruise to Turkey and everywhere else. The Mediterranean cruise, right? Anyway, we go, and while we were in Turkey, okay, that was one of the stops. We went to a rug factory. Okay, where they
I
make
think
rugs.
Rug factory's a bad.
Warehouse. What would you call it? Maker?
Yeah. So
Okay.
it is a Turkish rug maker.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
Turkish
And
rug
they
maker.
and so these are the serious Turkish carpets. So where
okay.
they're hand done,
Hand
the
woven.
silk comes
No,
from
no.
the silkworms.
They
the-
are completely professional, top-of-the-notch rug makers. All right,
Wow.
best rugs in the world are made there.
They got the
Absolutely.
weaving machines.
They got the weaving machine
Yeah,
and all
that-
that.
yeah, and
Okay.
it's
Okay,
an
which is
industry
cool.
for the women in that area. So
Right.
there are generations of families who, and it's in concert with the Turkish government. So they actually help the women start up a small business for themselves, get them the training to make these gorgeous rugs, and then this, kind of carpet emporium not only trains the women, but then kind of consigns the rugs for sale. And then the government actually, basically, they ship the rugs for free to the United States. So it takes 6 or 8 weeks, but that's part of the deal with the Turkish government is they kind of give like a discount back.
Well, this rug maker, okay, this great rug maker and everything else. While we're there, we go in. They throw rugs down for us to look at, give us tea and trumpets, or
Not trumpets.
what did they give it? Tea? They give us tea and what was sweet?
So it was so they
Donut
were
or
sweets. They
something?
were
All right, Turkish delights.
Turkish sweets
All right, there you
and
go.
Turkish coffee.
All right.
And this was when we visited Ephesus, and it was just really amazing. We toured the place, and but probably spent an hour looking at different carpets of different sizes, and they're all beautiful, and they're all very expensive because they are such high quality. So I want to buy something, but I don't. But I'm not so sure I want to spend $10,000 on a Turkish carpet. So we find something that we agreed to get for my parents for their wedding anniversary.
For their
And-
50th wedding anniversary.
Right. And
Which is,
yeah,
but it was a very long
it was
experience.
an event.
All right, it was an event. More time than I ever think I ever looked at a rug in my life. Okay, I don't think I need to ever look at a rug again.
That's
After
something for
going
somebody
there.
who spent 13 years in home improvement.
Right, and I looked at rugs enough there, but this was even worse. Because one after another. Did you like that one? No, let's bring another one out.
I'm
So
like,
they
"Those
kept
I
they
don't like
kept
the
rugs coming.
colors,
I'm like,
and
all
I
right,
don't like
stop.
the size.
So, finally, anyway, we get a rug. We come back home, and today, which I didn't understand, they make phone calls to citizens of the U.S. once they come to the country, I guess. we got a phone call from our Turkish rug maker.
Well,
Right?
From the gentleman who
that
sold
sold
us
us the rug.
the carpet.
So now my wife said, sure, you're in the area. We should get together.
That's not what I said.
When do you, okay, please elaborate.
No, I said if we could find a time that worked for all of us, of course we would love to see them. That's what I said.
Oh, see them. I thought you said him.
No, his wife's here.
Oh, to him and his wife.
Yeah.
We want to see. Okay. I thought you were saying like we want to see more rugs. I thought he maybe brought a sample of rugs.
I'm sure he brought carpets with him. because they were at a show and some other stuff. But what I knew as I was speaking to him, and I didn't want to be, I didn't want to be rude and say, why are you calling me? And you traveled all of this distance and chose to call us, and I'm going to hang up on you now because this is weird, which it's a little awkward.
It was a little, yeah.
But, at the same time, I knew I was traveling for work. I knew we were traveling next weekend. So I wasn't really too concerned about being able to find a good time that worked for everybody because I knew we wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So is that wrong?
No, it's
That
not wrong.
was nice.
No, it's a great thing. That's the reason you're you and I'm me.
And actually, if they had,
you were nice about it. I'm glad. If
they're still here and I'm able to catch up with them for coffee during the day, or something, it would be, it's, as a matter of fact, I reflect very fondly on our time in Turkey. And, it is unlikely that we'll, given the geopolitical climate of the moment, that, it's very unlikely we'll get back there anytime soon.
Right.
And so it's kind of nice it was kind of nice to hear from him.
All right.
Yes, it was nice to hear from our rug maker. No, it was nice. I'll carry that story with me forever.
I tell you what, if we win Powerball, we're going to make sure we see the guy because they had some absolutely amazing tapestries.
I ain't going back to looking at warehouse again.
Whew. Well, guys, thanks for joining us again on the Mr. and Mrs. Show. Periscope, stick around. We'll see you at the next show.
Where
Everyone
can they
else,
catch us?
We'll see you later, but you can catch us at Stitcher. I was getting there. At Spreaker. And look for us on Facebook and Twitter, Mr. and Mrs. Show.
The Mr. and Mrs. Show.
The Mr. and Mrs. Show. Yes, the D is important. So, y'all have a good one. We'll see you next time here.
Girls hit you hallelujah. Girls hit you hallelujah. Girls hit you hallelujah. 'Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. 'Cause Uptown Funk